Tomorrow has gone. Tomorrow has not yet come. We have only today. Tonight I want to give you something simple, something small, something no one has to see. Do one hidden act of love and watch how peace slips into your home like dawn light under a door. Mother Teresa lived her life in the shadows of the world, not because she knew that where the world looks away, God looks closer. So, we are not called to be successful. We are called to be faithful. That line sounds beautiful, but it is also brave. It means you release your grip on results. You let go of applause. You do the good anyway. There is a story from a train running up into the hills of Darjeeling. It was 1946. She looked out the window. The world was loud. A quiet voice grew clearer, though within a call. Leave the comfort of the classroom. Go into the streets, 'tis own. Find the people no one wants. Serve them not for a headline, only for love. Though not because the world clapped. The world did not clap. She simply said yes. That is the power of hidden faithfulness. You cannot measure it on a chart, but you can feel the weight lift from your chest. You stop bargaining with life. You stop counting how much you give and how much comes back. You walk a different way, slow, simple, awake. As Mother Teresa, homes were full of stories no one wrote down. A woman washing a floor in silence, a brother carrying a pail of water up 3 steps, with tired knees and a grateful smile. A volunteer learning the rhythm of a hungry child's spoon. Nothing grand, yet the room changed. The air felt softer. The anger outside the gates could not cross in, because love was busy at work. One day, as it is often told, the sisters lifted a man from the street into the home for the dying. He was covered with dust and fear. He squeezed her hand and he said something like, "I have lived like an animal, but I am going to die like an angel, loved and cared for." No miracle on paper, new policy. One man's last hour was filled with dignity. Tell me, is that not success, or is it something greater? Tonight, make it practical. Choose one hidden act of love. Do it quietly. Don't announce it. Don't hint. Don't wait for thanks. Just do it. So maybe it's a blanket folded and left where someone will find it when night turns cold. Maybe it's a cup of water placed by a bedside without a word. Maybe it's a message of peace spoken softly in a room that has become tense. Maybe it's sweeping a doorway while the house sleeps. Maybe it's cleaning a sink, or charging a phone, or setting a chair back in place so an elderly parent won't trip when they wake. By veggies, maybe it's picking up the shoes at the door and lining them like a small choir. Do it with tenderness. Do not think this excludes you. A hidden act can still be done. Days, lay out your clothes for the morning and whisper, "Tomorrow I will begin again." Place a small flower in a cup on your table. Sit for 1 minute and say the names of those you love. Send a silent blessing to the neighbor whose noise troubles you. The act is hidden. The love is not. You may ask, but will it change anything? Mother Teresa would hold your doubts gently. She might say, change is not your job. Love is. Faithfulness is. Do the small thing and let the rest unfold. She trusted the law of hidden seeds. What is buried today surprises us in its own season. She saw the deep poverty no capture, not just empty stomachs, but empty hearts. The hunger for love is much more difficult to remove than the hunger for bread, she said. That is why we practice hidden acts. They feed an invisible hunger. They tell the soul, you are not alone. When a child wakes to see the blanket folded, they feel it. When a spouse finds the kettle already warm, they feel it. When a parent discovers their medicine arranged without fuss, they feel it. These are love notes, written in quiet. If you are tempted to keep score, brave we all are. The world trains us to count. Don't match it of what did I give? What did I get? Who noticed? Mother Teresa, untrained that reflects. She kept the work simple. One person, one moment, one act. Then she let God do the hidden arithmetic. If someone took advantage of her patience, she loved again. If someone misunderstood her, she loved again. This was not weakness, it was strength trained in secret. Maybe the person you live with has become hard to reach. Maybe your home feels tired. Maybe your own heart feels tired. Here is your path to a hidden act tonight. Not to manipulate, not to fix them. To free your own heart from the grip of results. To put love back in motion. Once, a visitor asked her how she handled failure. I am not called to be successful. I am called to be faithful. She refused the heavy armor of outcome. That freedom made her light. It let her serve without choking on disappointment. She did not stop hoping. She simply stopped demanding. Quick pause. I want to hear from you. What hidden act will you choose tonight, and for whom? Share one line in the comments, and if this gentle practice helps you breathe easier, it helps keep these stories alive. There is a line many people associate with her homes in Calcutta. Illogical and self-centered, and it ends, in the final analysis, it is between you and God. Duh, it was never between you and them anyway. Duh. Whether she wrote it or posted it, the spirit is clear. You can be kind even when kindness is not returned. You can forgive even when forgiveness is not applauded. You can serve even when service is mocked. Why? Because you are free. Freedom is not loud. It walks like a nurse down a dim hallway at night, checking blankets, listening to breath. Freedom is a mother picking up tiny socks without needing anyone to know. Triva is a son choosing not to say the sharp word that would win the argument but lose the peace. Mother Teresa's freedom was built of 1,000 small silences. She loved to speak of prayer, but not as many of us imagine it. Not a speech, not a performance. In the hands of God, she said, and listening to his voice in the depth of our hearts. Your hidden act tonight can be a prayer. As you fold the blanket, listen. As you place the glass of water, listen. Did Papes listen? You will hear that gentle voice that guided her. It speaks in the quiet. If you struggle with resentment, begin even smaller. Name your hurt once, then choose one little kindness toward the person who caused it, not to erase the boundaries you need, only to pretend the wound is healed, only to keep your heart supple. A hard heart bends and lives. She also spoke often of dignity, not as an idea, as a touch. Gazy. She taught her sisters to look into the eyes, to say the name, to move slowly. She knew that speed can humiliate. That impatience can feel like poverty. So slow down. Your hidden act tonight might be your pace. Let someone finish their sentence. Let the child tie their own shoe. Wait while an elder gathers their thoughts. Waiting is love and time's clothing. Today is a story about a child who saved a handful of sugar, little by little, and brought it to the sisters, saying, I have not eaten sugar so that the poor children love. No announcement, no prize, only joy. You can do the same in your home. Save your sharpest words, save 5 minutes of scrolling and give it to someone who lives beside you. Save a bite and offer it to the one who never takes the last piece. If your mind says, this is too small, smile at your mind. Mother Teresa's life was a cathedral built from crumbs. She did not despise them. She gathered them. The world calls them nothing. But the poor, the lonely, the forgotten, they know what crumbs can mean. You may ask for a sign that peace has entered. Here is how you notice it. The room feels less tight. Someone laughs without pushing. You breathe deeper. You do not rehearse the old argument. A little courage returns. You do not need fireworks. Peace is often a hush, not a roar. She used to say, if you can't feed 100 people, then feed just one. Bring that down even closer tonight. If you cannot fix a relationship, warm it by 1 degree. If you cannot solve a problem, carry a corner of it for someone. If you cannot change a heart, open the door and let fresh air in. Do not wait for permission. Begin in the gospel. Jesus says, when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. It is not a puzzle. It is a medicine. The hidden love heals the giver from pride and the receiver from shame. No spotlight, only light. So, design your small liturgy for tonight. You are rearranging the inner furniture of your home. Stays by the door. Put a fresh towel where it will be needed. Drop a soft word into a rough conversation. The morning, and if someone asks, who did this? You can smile and say, someone who loves you, or say nothing at all. Silence can carry more tenderness than a sentence. Let the secret be part of the gift. Perhaps you worry, what if I am the only one trying? Mother Teresa answered this worry with her feet. She never waited for a crowd to begin. She went first, and often, when someone goes first, someone else finds the courage to follow. Though a home does not need a committee to become gentle, it needs one brave heart to change the temperature. Seeds keep their own time. Tomorrow, when you are not looking, a door will stop slamming. A child will lean into your side without being asked. A friend will say, I don't know why, but I feel safe here, and you will know. The hidden X have been working under the floorboards. Tahol. Mother Teresa walked the alleys of Calcutta with a rosary in one hand and 1,000 small tasks in the other. She believed the world is saved in inches, not miles. If that feels too small for you, consider this tyranny's rise with shouts, kingdoms of love spread with whispers. Which one do you want in your house? Tonight, take 1 minute. Stand in the doorway of the room you want to bless. Look around like a friend arriving for the first time. What would make this place kinder? A clear chair. There was a folded blanket. A small light left on. Choose. Do it. Smile, then rest. In the morning, do not claim it. Let the blessing do its work. Trust the hidden arithmetic. This is how she lived. This is how homes heal. Not with a parade, but with a quiet knock. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow has not yet come. We have only today. So let us begin. May your home feel softer tonight. May your heart feel lighter. May one hidden act open a door you thought was stuck. Ting. Again, breathe and remember, you are not called to be successful. You are called to be faithful. Love and leave the rest. That is more than enough.